Well, one guy, he can shoot. The other guy, not so much.
Where we gonna go to celebrate?
Uh,
Thinking Club Shay Shay.
Club Shay Shay.
Club Shay Shay, yep.
Get that stuff out of here.
And although they're very different in many ways, most importantly, they're brothers for life. And they always gonna have something to say.
That's exactly what's gonna be disrespectful. You gonna end up like Russell Westbrook, you gonna be just out.
We got a jam-packed show for you guys today. We'll be talking about should there be an asterisk on this NBA season to come. They're continuing July 31st. And towards the end of the show, we'll be talking about money once again in a topic we're going to call how much land does a man really need? But today, we're going to start here with a topic we like to call help a brother out. Help a brother out. One of the most spectacular abilities we possess as humans is the ability to identify qualities and personality traits in others. This enables us to gravitate towards those who we deem to have favorable aspects and viewpoints. In turn, it allows an individual to refrain from those who, in their eyes, possess and display qualities that are not acceptable or tolerable and the like. We are quick as a human race to identify and avoid negativity. However, all too often, we do not do anything to assist the offender in correcting the wrongs. I have a friend who struggles with arrogance. He has expressed that individuals will often notify him that he lacks humility, but no one has ever offered a solution to help him rid the unfavorable qualities he is struggling with. He is often left confused and alone in attempting to tackle said issues. Now the question is, why don't we do more to assist? Here's what usually transpires. We notice an issue, gossip about what we see, summarily dismiss that person and their issues, and we leave them for dead, as it were. If you do not assist the offender or offer a solution, you become an extended part of the problem, an accessory to the crime, as it were. Now, here's the caveat. If a person does not accept the correction from you or others who have attempted to help them prior to you, then that's a different issue. But it's not your job to assume that they will respond unfavorably. Afford them the opportunity to decline and fail on their own terms. Think about it like this. If you are a fat boy, like myself, you probably need all the help and suggestions you can get for weight loss. If you know how to help me and you don't attempt to share your wisdom or knowledge on weight loss, then I can't benefit from that. And a step further, I over time become so overweight that I pass away from a heart attack. Let's just use that for an example. All that could have been avoided if you would help me out in the first place with the knowledge that you possess. Do we get the point? Bottom line is this. Do what you can do your part to help others build themselves up and to help your boy right here lose some weight. All right, joining us now at the desk is Capri Jones, a regular member of the show. Capri, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you guys?
Good. Capri's joining us from Grand Rapids, Michigan. And then we have my boy Desmond coming to us from Detroit.
What's going on?
How you feeling, Chief?
I'm feeling good. Thanks for having me on the show.
Oh, yeah, most definitely, partner. All right, so do you have a glove on, Alan?
Yes.
Why do you have a... All right, Michael. All right, anyway, I want to ask you guys, what do you think about what I had to say? Is it our job to help these people out who have said issues that I pointed out in my soliloquy? Alan, I'm coming to you. What do you think?
Our job, that's a strong word. Can you hear me? You can hear me fine?
Unfortunately.
Okay, shut up. No, it's not necessarily, I don't think it's necessarily our job. That's a strong word, but I think it's the right thing to do. If you know that somebody has a problem, like that friend we talked about that, struggles with humility, we struggle with humility. And if you know somebody that struggles with humility, and yet you don't really try to at least pray for them, try to guide them in the right direction, telling them that, oh, you're not humble, bro. You you need to be more humble. All the, yelling at them, not yelling at them, but scolding them. That's not really helping them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's with any problem, really. It could be smoking or whatever problem that you may have. When you scold somebody instead of trying to offer assistance, in my opinion, it doesn't help that much.
Exactly. Capri, I'm coming to you. What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely agree with Alan. The worst thing we can do is talk about somebody behind their back as far as, something that they may have to work on, because talking about it behind their back does not help them. And I hate when people use, the term like, oh, well, she's grown or he's grown, he should know better. He should be able to fix himself. And sometimes we have qualities that we don't see ourselves that other people see that we need to work on. But if someone never tells us, you can't be mad at someone for acting a certain way if they don't, because sometimes we don't see the things that we do. So it's important that we, as a friend, if you are a friend and you care about that person, you'll tell them.
You got a friend in me.
Shut up.
You got a friend.
Shut up.
In me. Desmond.
Go to Desmond, man.
Go ahead, Desmond.
Yeah, I agree with all the parties of what they said. If they didn't tell us as far as what their problem is, then we therefore can't help them. But I feel though, as if they do tell us they have a certain type of problem like drinking or something like that, I think it is our obligation or our job, so to speak, to help them. Because if that's the case, they could have went to somebody else who they felt more comfortable with, but they came to us about the matter. So I think it is our job to help them in any type of way as possible.
All right, so obviously we're all in agreement here. Let me throw this little twist in here, though. Let's think about this. Let's say, okay, this person has this issue. Let's stick with the situation at hand. And this person has refused help before from other people that you may know, or they may have, give you that information that, hey, I tried to help him, he ain't listening, or she ain't listening, she hard-headed, XYZ, this, that, and the third, blase, the whole nine. What do you think? Is it worth the effort, or at that point do you just sit back and kind of just let it just ride? Alan?
Me being me, I'm gonna do all I can to help that person. But some people you just know they're just not gonna listen. But like all the people, Capri made a great point. She said, people say, oh, they grown, they should know better. All the people in jail is grown. They all grown. Like everybody that's in the penitentiary is grown. So obviously, just because you grown, that don't mean nothing. Like grown people make the worst mistakes. Like, so I mean, if you if you can do all you can to try to help that person, I think you should, even if you know they're probably not gonna listen. Because at the end of the day, they might listen to you. Because it's people that think about committing suicide all the time. It's people that think about doing bad things, and it's always that one person that talks to them, that talks them down, talks them off that proverbial cliff. I just use a big word. Talks them off that cliff. I mean, that person saved their life in essence, and that you have many situations like that. So I'm gonna do all I can.
Absolutely. Capri, talk to me.
Well, I'm a firm believer in you really can't help somebody who don't want to help themselves, because you can continue to talk someone off of a ledge, you can try to help somebody, but some people genuinely just like don't want to be helped, or like they genuinely just really don't care about maybe the qualities that they have that may offend other people. So I feel like it's to an extent, like you can be there for somebody, you can try to put effort in, but like at some point it's like, okay, if this is just how you want to be, then it just is what it is.
Yeah, that's a good point. And before I turn it to you, Desmond, I want to kind of just talk about that a little bit, because I know people personally that they don't want to be helped. Like they're perfectly fine with struggling, and they have no like they rather. Why y'all laughing at me? Listen, some people are like that. Some people like that. Some people like to be in a negative light, so to speak, because it brings attention on them, and that in turn like feeds their ego, so to speak. Sometimes it just depends on the person, but again, that's why I put that in my soliloquy. I said there's a caveat there. Like people have to want to be helped, to Capri's point, but just to sit back and assume that they don't want to be helped and that they're okay with struggling, then that's not really, in my opinion, that's not a good thing. So, Desmond, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree as well with what everybody said. You can't force anybody, you can't force to help somebody if they don't want to be helped. So you only can, say and do for people as long as they allow it to. And at that point, if they're not getting the hint or they're not trying to, receive the help, so to speak, then you just have to move on. Just let them do them.
Yeah, absolutely. I wrote a poem about this one time. I'm going to say my poem. I just wrote it about 10, 15 minutes ago, just like this. Y'all didn't know I was poetic, did you? Here you go.
Oh my God.
It's called Help. Help, help. Help is what I need. Please help me out. Separate my bad qualities like the wheat from the weeds. I need the help. All I can get. That's all I'm going to give y'all right now. Ooh! The rest is coming later, y'all. It's going to come in a later episode. But anyway, I thank you guys for joining the show. What? You didn't like my poem, Alan?
No, you didn't finish it.
That's the cliffhanger. It's going to keep
It's not a cliffhanger.
Yeah,
It was trash.
It was.
All right.
It started to get good, but then you fell off.
Yeah, it wasn't there for me.
Hey, I liked it.
I know y'all ain't talking. You sitting there, you got gloves on, ain't catching no balls right now. Got some gloves on. I ain't trying to hear that.
We just talked about helping people and telling them when they're wrong. We trying to help.
Actually, you know what? Let me help you out. He got a football. Okay. All right, we're gonna drop this subject right here. Stick around. Next subject coming up right after this. Booyah!